Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Good evening everyone, this is Crossbone Vanguard. I'm Dempster and I'll be your host for today. Crossbone Radiowave is a radio show dedicated to bringing you anything and everything Crossbone Vanguards and Cardfight Vanguard, including updates, announcements and so on. Keep in mind that Crossbone Radiowave is not an official radio show and is entirely inspired by Hibiki Radio's Radio Vanguard G and Radio Vanguard G Next. So today, as we mentioned the week before, we have a special guest, the very first guest that we have, of course, and his name is Leon.
What's up?
So Leon, can you tell us more about yourself other than the what's up?
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, my name is Leon and I'm the leader of Crossbone Vanguard.
Oh, leaders, yeah, I feel so... Leon sama.
Do I have to toot somebody? Okay, so yeah. As mentioned, I'm the team leader for Crossbone Vanguard. And of course, Dem is my good friend. Just good friend, not
just a good friend.
Not my wingman or anything.
I don't need to be your wingman. You've already flown like don't know how many places already.
So yeah. And I can't think of anything else to talk about myself.
Okay. Let me have to get the ball rolling. Okay, so how does Crossbone Vanguard actually come about? How did it all start? It started with you, right?
Yeah. No, it didn't actually. Okay, it didn't start with just me. It started together with Kat and Daryl or Jiraiya, which you guys know him as. So it started with the three of us wanted to go competitive one day at this shop in Paya Lebar.
Okay.
If you live in Singapore, you know where Paya Lebar is. So if you don't, it's just somewhere in Singapore. So it's like, let's join competition, yay!
And what happened after that?
And then we just lost our way, and just kept going. So eventually, I just decided to make the team a bit bigger and then turn it to an interest group. So subsequently, we got bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually, now we got Dempster along with us, and then we started to develop the channel even the way it is now. So,
interesting.
Yeah, so it's come a long way. It's a 6 years, coming to 6 years history. So
it started ever since Cardfight Vanguard started, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so that's why Crossbone Vanguard is a very important thing to all of us. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's switch it up a bit, no pun intended, but Leon actually told me beforehand that he really wanted to talk about Nintendo Switch today for some weird reason. So okay, I will give you, I'll grant your request just this one. So what do you want to talk about Switch? We've already seen the releases of some of the games and some of the demonstrations, so what do you have to say about it?
Switch. Okay.
Really? Yeah, that's it.
Okay, basically, right, I'm really looking forward to a console, and why I want to bring it up here is because I don't know, just want to like share the interest. And sometimes just talking about Vanguard may get a bit boring in a way, I guess.
That's true.
So I guess sometimes we have a bit of mixed subject. Maybe you guys can also comment in the comments below, and then we can just talk about it. Maybe talk about favorite console, talk about your stuff. It's always good to know one another. Why not?
Correct. So we've already seen, like I said, we've already seen some of the Switch games. What are the games that get you really, really hyped up and want to get a console just for it?
Skyrim.
Oh yeah, there have been talk about it, and it looks quite promising in the trailer as well. I've seen.
More like I always wanted to play Skyrim on the go. So when they announced it on the Switch, it's quite ambitious. I say, despite the game is 5 years running, but on a handheld console like thing. It's hard to say how much it can sustain. I mean, look at Vita. Vita didn't last long.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it's hard to say really, because in Japan the market is still very big for PS Vita. So we can't really say the same for Switch. Switch is more towards a worldwide audience. So anyone outside Japan will have a more fun time playing with the Switch compared to the people in Japan. But we won't know until it actually comes out and the market data actually comes out. But why are we talking like financial consultants?
I know, right? Ultimately, what really catch my interest is that the Nintendo Switch it's not just a console. It's basically it's a pendulum. It's like C's. It's a fusion. It's a synchro. It's Zack. Okay, wrong game. Right? Yeah. Suddenly Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, suddenly.
But basically, it's the hybrid console itself excites me, because it's
that's true.
So you don't see these things nowadays. It's like everybody is only looking out to improve the current console, but nobody's being innovative about it. I was never hyped about the PS4 nor the Xbox One. I'll be like, just another PlayStation.
Yeah, it looks cool. The graphics are nice. That's about it. Right?
That's about it. Your game better not come out, stupid. Because 2/3 of the time when there's a new console, the game that follows up never really follow up the standard. You just end up not playing anything really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What caught my eye for the Switch was actually things like Bomberman, because we have not had a good Bomberman for a very, very long time. So to see it actually come back again with updated HD graphics and competitive and cooperative gameplay as well, that got me really excited. And some of the gimmick games like 1-2 Switch, you've seen a lot of those, like the It's High Noon gimmick game.
I know, right?
As well as the count tipping one.
Yeah, I know, right?
I find it super awkward, but it's very funny.
It's awkward, but it's probably gonna be fun.
Yeah. It's a good party game, but other than that, I don't think there's any other purpose to it.
I know, right?
Okay.
I guess we'll move on to the main subject of the day.
Yeah, so that's my job, by the way.
Yeah, just like, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yep. So let's move on and let's move on to the radio show itself. Are you ready?
Yep.
Say no. Stand up, the Vanguard. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This program is brought to you by Crossbone Vanguards. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Good evening once again, this is Dempster and
Leon!
Yay! So let's start talking about the most recent episode of the anime Cardfight Vanguard G Next Turn 16 Dawn of Nippon or Nippon no Yoake. So seems like Shion and Tokoha are back from the drop zone, right?
Yes. Apparently they just got lucky because they got certain people on their team, really.
Yeah, like Kumi for Tokoha
for
and Rin for Shion. Somehow they managed to bring them back, but if you think about it, it didn't make sense for them to be like just defeated like that. But hey, it's good to be to see them back from the drop zone and getting more points.
To be honest, right, I think it's no surprise. I mean, Onimaru is like it's like Ren when he first appeared in the first season of Vanguard. He just comes out, he totally beat the living hell out of Dayusha just by riding on grade 2. I mean, what else is surprising at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, Onimaru is supposed to be like the final boss, I think, assuming at this point. But although I highly doubt that any of them will be fighting him, but most probably Kazuma will be the one fighting him instead.
Yeah, I have a feeling about that. I mean, the storyline itself is already very obvious as it is. Yeah, by the way, do you remember Miguel?
Miguel? Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Well, it seems like he has a connection with Kazumi, and I think he might be a part of his team before he died. I mean, go back. By that, I mean go back to Cray.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't just die like that. It make no sense.
Yeah, it totally makes no sense. I mean, from a story writer's point of view as well. I'm not saying that I'm one, but just watching the whole thing, it just seems so obvious that Migo just dies like that after the episode he debuted in. It doesn't make sense.
Correct.
So he has some sort of importance, but how much we are not too sure yet. Yes. He might be a unit in Cray. He might be part of Kazumi's team. Who knows? But I think the highlight of this week's episode is more on the fight between Kazuma and Asada Makoto, who's the other member of Team Nippon. And Kazuma got trashed and got sent to the drop zone.
I wouldn't say trash, it's literally just a top draw thing.
I think he got the protagonist power just for that moment, right?
Oh well, so that happens all the time when we do our videos also. It's like, draw!
Yeah, every time we release expected.
Oh hey, that kind of thing. It happens, at least that's a bit more legit. Kazuma did get him on the rope. He was really he got no cards, no feel. He just had to conveniently draw that grade 3, but it does happen in actual fight, so no comments there.
Yeah, we can't really blame them for having the plot armor also, because it does happen.
It does happen. So.
Luck.
Cheating skills.
Yeah, cheating skills. And then at the end of the episode, Taiyo actually met Tokoha again. That was very unexpected, I have to say. I mean, to me, it feels unexpected.
Okay meeting Tokoha, it's unexpected, but losing is for sure.
Yeah.
Just to advance the whole, my teammates are down, tomorrow's the last day, and I'm gonna get the point at the last minute because I am the main character.
Yeah. And also Tokoha needed some time to show off her new bloom. But to be honest, the new boost for Neonlighter so far hasn't been the top notch compared to all the other protagonist decks. So hopefully she'll get some new stuff in the upcoming set.
I'm pretty sure she will. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's a reason. I think she's the only one that got boosted together with the Go Paladin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that means the last set they actually didn't have enough slots for it. That's why they're pushing it forward to this set. So I'm pretty sure that after the upcoming set, it will balance out between the two lah.
I certainly hope so. At least more draw power for Neo Nectar.
It should. It makes sense.
Yeah.
From the boosting standpoint lah.
Okay, so now let's read some fan mails. We actually got one from Isaac Bigham, who, as you know, suggested our card trivia of the day last week. So thank you again, Isaac. Hoi! That's a very nice greeting. Alright, thank you very, 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 very much for responding to my suggestion. You're welcome, and thank you for suggesting as well. So the main reason why I'm writing this fan mail is for two reasons. First of all, how well do you think a deck that's basically Gurgrid, like with Lavinia, Henrinus, Horsa, Glorious, etc., with Azel Caesars would do in a meta, except without Mithril, because there was not in the English anymore. So you want to answer that, Leon?
Yes, I definitely will, because I am an Azel player. I mean, lion-based stuff. Because of my name, so yeah. Okay, based on experience, right? If you don't have Meteor Azel, the Grand Azel Caesars himself turns into pretty useless card. Not completely useless, but it's not the best card to go with. But it's always good to keep one or two copies maybe in a deck, because the thing about Azel series itself, right? Without Metro, the whole thing shuts down.
Yeah,
because you have no core power. And your core power is so reliant on top, it doesn't really do that much either. So his own personal strike actually covers all of that. It gives you the core power of top 5. It gives you the additional power it gets for both the unit that it's called and the Vanguard itself, making it a very threatening card.
Yes.
And more the reason to play stand triggers into the deck. However, without it, you're better off just running Gurgrid.
Yeah.
Because Gurgrid himself is strong. It's so much stronger in many, many ways than Azel is. Azel is faster, yes. But however, when it comes to strike power, Gurgrid definitely excels in that. So if you're gonna mix Azel with Gurgrid, I wouldn't suggest that you play 4-4. Yeah, I would suggest that you play instead, maybe you say 1 or 2 Azel.
Yeah, then the rest Gurgrid and some other stuff.
That would probably be a better idea. But of course, you can go ahead and try. There's no must. It's just a suggestion. It might not work out very well if you choose to stick with the plan.
Not only that, some of the cards that Gurgrid has are specific to his namesake only, and the same goes for Azel himself. Azel on his own, like you said, he doesn't have much calling power, and most of his calling strength actually comes from his rear guards instead. So to put things like, you know, the Gurgrid centric cards into the deck and put Azel in there, it's a bit of a weird mix, but you won't know until you actually give it a try. I mean, it might work for some people, it might not for others. So it really depends on how you play your cards.
Correct, and plus also not to mention that Grand Azel Caesars does not have any core power.
Yeah.
He has no calling ability, so if you write onto that, and you're playing mostly Unite stuff, you do expect to get into a jam because you have no way to call.
Correct.
That's why Metro was so important if you want to play Azel into the deck. When I say play, I mean for 4. Otherwise,
play for
don't try.
Yeah.
Don't try. It's like Anakin trying to get the guy out. Trying to get never forget it.
Anakin trying to get the upper ground, right?
Yeah.
But he got his butt handed by Luke anyway.
No, it was not Luke. It was Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, yeah, but in the future when he was Darth Vader, he got his butt handed to Luke lah.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, that was a very bad pun. Speaking of puns, Isaac actually has a few puns for us as well. I hope you're ready for some puns. I'm not. So, what do you call a nosy pepper? Jalapeno business. Spicy.
I cannot comment on that.
No, I just totally went silent there. Okay, some Vanguard team ones. No, that's closer to home than I thought.
Maybe I can do this.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
What did the card fighter says when you got a Titan deck? This will help blaze my path to glory.
Wow. Okay.
I beg to differ though.
I beg to differ too. Sorry, my jokes might seem a bit hollow. Though there's not really a revelation now that you've seen them. I mean, you don't need an oracle to see how rushed this might be. Though personally, I'm getting shadow stitches from laughing. Anyway, if you need to be rescued from this god-awful puns, not Paladin standard anyway, just stop the mill at any point. Yeah, we're gonna stop right here.
We're just gonna stop right here.
Wow, but it's been a while since we heard all these Vanguard puns, eh?
Yeah, no, not really. We kind of do that on a daily basis.
Yeah, but we do that with everyday stuff, not just Vanguard related.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Fair
we are
enough.
better. We are better when it comes to pickup lines. When it comes to Vanguard.
No homo, right?
All of them. Okay, we have another fan mail. This is written to us by Mac Massimo Channel. So thank you again for the mail. This is the second time you're sending to us, but keep on sending more. Hi, thank you so much for reading my email. It's made me so happy. You're welcome, and thank you for sending the email as well. Now, the thing I want to ask you and Leon is, what do you guys think of Buddyfight? Keep on going with the show. Loving it. Thank you.
Buddy, yeah.
Wrong buddy. But that's an interesting question because it's almost like he knew that we just started playing Buddyfight recently.
I think he do because we do have the Discord chat and sometimes I do post up some things.
Yeah, that's true.
So I am not really surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay, maybe we'll start with Dempster first because he did go into Buddyfight before I did.
Technically it's only like a few days before, but still.
Yeah, still.
Okay, Buddyfight to me is a very interesting game, and I have to thank Different Fight for that because he was the one who got me interested into Buddyfight. Indirectly, without him knowing. So playing the game, when I initially started, actually, I started with a start deck, which is from the Star Dragon World, the Star Cross Dragoner, and it was so hard to play because I didn't know what was going on and I didn't know how to play the game. So when I took a break from it and then I looked around and I actually saw Different Fight's deck profile for his superheroine deck, that got me really excited because I myself am a superhero-ish fan, so I kind of liked the concept that was going on for that deck. So I tried to make that, and eventually I made it, although it's not complete. But playing it felt really, really comfortable with me, and it's the kind of style that I actually want to play, which is very defensive. Hashtag why I must make OTT great again. But anyway, I digress. So Leon, what about your side?
Okay, for me is that Buddyfight does feel very, very fresh nowadays because back in the day when Buddyfight first released, I did try the trial period during the Buddyfight was first released. I didn't quite like it because it how should I describe this? It just felt that because there wasn't enough cards to go around at the time, so there was a lot of situations you get caught in that you literally just die because you had to leave your center open.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you just I've got to win this. There was this one time I was fighting John and like John was like he was gonna lose. He has no hand.
Right.
One life
left. Oh man.
I have a hand size of 5.
I
was gonna beat him and then it's like, but I had to end the turn because I don't have enough attacks anymore.
Yep.
So his turn, he untap, draw, charge, draw. Yeah, it's a magic thing. So yeah, I play magic too. So okay. Then he drew a monster and my center was open.
Right. So you call that monster out and just whack your center. And you have no shields also, right?
I had no shields in my hand. I was like, really? You know?
Yeah, but Buddyfight is a game like that. I mean, there are a lot of times where you think your opponent's gonna lose, and then he just suddenly turns the table around without you knowing. It's very different from Vanguard, actually.
But then again, at the same time, I really have no complaints with that as well. I shouldn't be complaining also because that's what happens in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
It actually does happen, yeah.
Yeah, it happens every single time. Except that in Vanguard, it's a lot more predictable. Yeah, because you know what's in your opponent's hand.
And there isn't exactly a counter system in Vanguard as well.
There isn't, yes.
Yeah.
There isn't.
Only specific clans has certain ability to do certain counters. Sorry, I got some air caught in my throat at the time.
Airy.
Whoa. So yeah, it was the kind of thing. So the sudden switch from Vanguard to Buddyfight didn't really feel so comfortable at the time. But I guess right now I'm trying to pick it up again and just see how it goes. I have to say, the recent boosting and the direction it went was actually good.
Yep.
Maybe that's why Vanguard went down.
Well, yeah, I think they were like spending all the budget to the commercial.
Yeah. Now you know why CFO is like offline.
Yeah, I can't fight offline now thanks to the budget. No more budget.
You want to watch Resident Evil 7?
No, I don't want to watch. I want to boycott it because where did my Cardfight Online go?
Yeah, it wasn't 7, it was like the last movie, right?
Yeah, the last movie. Well, make it the last then for them.
It better be the last. I kind of love-hate the movie anyway.
I know, right?
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, so thank you all for the fan mails and make sure you send more to us. More details will be at the end of the show. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Next up is, what's that card?
Okay, now. God.
It sounds more awkward doing it with you by my side. Okay, anyway, this is the section where I'll pick a random card from a random clan and describe it in the most cryptic way possible, and you guys are going to guess what card I'm describing. So I'll announce the answer at the end of the show, so listen on if you want to know that if you're correct. So we've already picked the clan, and well, surprisingly, it landed on Spike Brothers. Oh, I think by your for all of you guys, you'll be thinking, oh, I totally know what card he's gonna describe. I totally know that card. I will get it right for sure. Just so you guys know, whether you get it correct or not, you will not get anything.
Yeah, it does not matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just for fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, the card we have here, very interesting card, I must say.
I think each of us will take a turn.
All right. Okay. First of all, it's a grade 0. What else?
It's 10k Guardian. Like no duh.
Like no duh. I like to see a grade 0 with no shoes.
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay. He's got a base power of 5,000. What else is there?
There's ponytails. Twin tails. Yeah.
Okay. And the color is a healthy mix of red, green, and a bit of yellow.
That's green.
Yeah, there is green. There's like green somewhere in there, for sure.
It's like green somewhere in the world.
Wow, did you have to do that?
Yeah. And then she holds 2 yellowish things.
2 yellowish things, yes, 2 yellowish things.
And 2 other things.
And 2 other. Yep, so a total of 4 things.
4 things. Okay, I'm not gonna go into details for that.
Let's not.
Let's not.
And it's very. The card seems very happy. Very cheerful, I must say.
Very cheerful indeed. And she has abs.
Abs. Oh yeah, she has abs.
Yeah.
Very nice rock hard abs.
Yep.
Just like a Sprite brother would have.
I know, right? I mean, that's like most of their card designs anyway. Okay, maybe not all of them, but yeah.
Some of them. But others is just like, nope, you can't see it.
And then underneath is that 20 packs.
Oh, 20 some more.
I mean, they're not human, most of them.
True, but you gotta have some like human-like features. 20 abs is just very scary.
Good. Dragonic Maximum.
Yeah, but Dragonic Overlord at least only had like 10 packs, not 20.
Oh, there's 10 packs there, and then whatever power he gets another 10 more.
He's not Tyreek Cruz,
He might as well be considering the scut ability, right? Doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Plus 10k, no joke.
Okay, we already digressed too much from the card. So to recap, this card is grade 0. It's 5,000 base power. It's very cheerful. Has a healthy mix of red, yellow, and green. It's holding 4 things in total. Twin ponytails.
Okay, actually holding 2 things. Just holding 2 things.
2 things.
The 4 things will just mess with you. 2 things.
2 things, yes, 2 things. So that's all the descriptions we'll give you. Stay tuned to the end of the show to see whether you're correct. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Card Trivia of the Day. This is the section where I pick a certain card, well in this case Leon picks a certain card, and talk about it in as many details as possible, such as the skill it has, the artwork it's used in the deck, and of course random trivia about the unit. If you have any picks on what card you'd like us to talk about, feel free to drop a comment on our socials or send us an email, all of which will be mentioned at the end of the show. So today, because Leon is our guest, we'll talk about something that has been his favorite since the game Vanguard first started, Dragonic Overlord.
Dragonic Overlord.
Take it away, it's yours.
Okay, so here are true facts about Dragonic Overlord.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that. Okay. I really wish he comes back for his videos again.
I wish too. Okay, carry on.
Anyways, so yeah, okay. Dragonic Overlord. This thing.
This thing, yes.
Okay, this dragon possesses 11k base power with 2 skills. Well, the first being his setback. I don't know why it's on the top though. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually it's like the good things happens at the beginning, not.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
But then again, packaging is always expiry date first and everything else.
Yes.
True. But anyways, so his first skill is actually his setback. Is that when this card is in the Vanguard or Rearguard circle, it doesn't matter where. If you do not possess another Kage Vanguard or Rearguard, he loses 2k power, and this skill is continuous. So at any point you lose that Rearguard or anything, you become 9k.
Yeah.
Problem. So okay.
Problem.
Next, his second skill is what makes him a powerful card, even to this day. Is his Eternal Flame. That's the thing right there.
Haven't heard that in a while.
I know. Then, it's an active skill with a counter blast cost of 3, which can be used in both Vanguard and Rearguard circle. Not a lot of them has this today.
Yep.
Okay, it gains 5k power worth plus an auto skill which allows him to restand when the attack hits a rear guard. However, it loses a twin drive if it's used in the Vanguard circle.
Yep.
So that means it should only check once. Back then there's a lot of misconceptions that when you lose twin drive, you lose the drive at all.
Yeah, then you don't check anything,
Yeah,
which is the wrong conception.
Yeah,
It's been cleared out ever since already.
Yep. It'll be kind of dumb actually.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Super dumb.
So yeah. Anyways, so it's a very powerful skill, but it has a setback as well. Being counterblast 3, it's already a problem.
Yep.
So if you don't time it right, and you don't manage your counterblast, when you fire it off and it gets blocked off, right, it will actually get into a lot of trouble because you lose counterblast, you lose your resource, you lose a lot of things.
Yes.
Especially if it's used in the Vanguard circle, you lose twin drive.
Yeah.
And you only check once, which is very problematic back in the day. Even till today, it is still.
Yeah, very
And
problematic.
at the same time, the only way to countercharge at the time was Very Costly Dragon, and that came out only very very late into the series, and it was like not exactly the very easy to access card as well. So there was a lot of inconsistency there based on the condition, you know. But even with today's newer ways to countercharge, like let's say GOM, all these things, you know,
The PGs.
all the PGs,
Yeah.
all the counter charges, not timing the ability again will also result in bad consequences.
Yes.
So yeah, and then again, if you're asking me why would I feel that this card is still good today despite all that cheating skill running amok, well, of course, there's nothing compared. He cannot be compared to whatever there is now,
Yeah.
Today, like honestly speaking, why is that to compare? Wailing tapas. That's bad enough.
Yes, very
No.
bad.
So, but you can always use this as a side card, as a rear guard support unit. What happens is that if you use this in the rear guard and you use Eternal Flame, when your when it attacks and gets blocked off, or it gets somehow rested or something like mega colony or something, then when your Vanguard attacks and if you check a stand trigger, you can restand it again and it keeps its ability because it's an auto all the way to the end of the turn.
Yes.
So, and plus with today, a lot of triggers actually goes back into deck, like Inspire Yell, there's that the drumming dragon thing.
Viera or something like that. Right?
Something like that,
Viera,
yeah.
something like that.
Then it's like when you retire a rear guard, then you can active his skill, send it back, plus 10k to a unit.
Yep.
You can actually chain, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It becomes very, very powerful. And plus, because those cards also give additional powers if you time your stuff right. So Overlord can go from 16 to 26 even.
Yeah. And it just gets bigger from there.
Yes, correct. The ball will start rolling.
Yeah.
The snowball will start rolling.
You mean the fireball?
Yes.
Yep. So, well, what else do you have to say about
Okay.
about him?
The other thing about him is that this is just a small trivia, is that when during the release of both the trial deck of the Buster Blade trial deck and the Overlord trial deck on the 26th of February.
Oh, that was like a good few years ago, right?
Yeah, that's like 2011.
Yeah,
That's
6
why-
years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. Okay. Despite that Buster Blade was the main character deck, the Overlord was the one that sold out the most because the entire deck composition was the most balanced and more powerful in more ways than one.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
So most people are like, oh, Dragonic Overlord. Just like, oh, this deck is like so much more powerful, and you actually use it. I remember when I used this deck against Jiraiya at the time, I totally wiped the floor with him at the beginning of the game. Even though I was the one who taught him how to play, but we were like exploring the rules and stuff. Then we slowly eventually realized that the Overlord deck was actually much more powerful by default,
Yes.
and it was actually a meta for a time.
Yeah, which explains his early meta status and
Correct.
the reason why Conroe was banned
Yes,
also
correct.
until now.
Until now, then it got finally lifted.
Yep.
And at the same time, it was so popular that it sold out in most shops in Singapore. And Buster Blade was the one that's easy to find.
Yeah.
Yep. The Overlord, on the other hand, whoa, I tell you. And I personally, I bought like 6
Why?
over time because I needed the Berserk Dragon, I needed Dragonic Overlord because I got so many Kagero decks, and it's like, Overlord.
You knew?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. So now, moving on, let's talk about the Overlord's lore then. Okay. As for now, Dragonic Overlord has 7 different forms.
Wow.
7. Okay.
7. It's like
Count-
the 7 Dragon Balls.
I know, right? But just that he's not the long one.
Yeah,
He's not-
actually.
he's
It's
not
not
the-
so long.
He's not the China dragon. So right, okay, Dragonic Overlord has 7 different forms, counting from its original. Okay, the End, the Cross, Rebirth, Break Right,
Right?
the Great, and the Ace,
And
the Legend.
Yes, these 7.
Okay, that's 7.
7.
Yep, the 7 different forms. And today we won't go into every single one of them because it would take donkey years to finish the thing.
Yeah.
It would take you probably need to sit in a bar with a drink with me if you want to finish this entire lore.
If you want to do that, let us know in the comments or in the email. Where get an appointment with him.
Yeah, you can get an appointment with me and then I will teach you. You know? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, for its lore, will only start. It only goes all the way to the end of the Agent Circuit arc and the beginning of the Link Joker arc. For his main form to his DN form. It's a very very long story actually.
Oh, so long that Leo actually prepared something out.
Yeah, I need to just to be sure I don't. yeah. Because the words are.
He whipped out the Cray how to Cray 101.
How to Cray 101. Yes. Okay. So basically, what happens is that. Okay, Dragonic Overlord. He is one of the strongest dragon. More like he's the dragon.
Yeah. Of
the Dragon Empire. He is one of the leading unit of the Dragon Empire's Air Force. We call it.
Yep.
To put it simply, the Air Force. And he bears the mantle of Overlord. His ability is to overwhelm all in battle. Has led him to earn the title of the Crimson Reaper and the Wind of Apocalypse. He's like that. He's like the thing, yo.
That strong.
He's that strong. As he breathes his signature breath attack, the Eternal Flame, the flames from the attack is comparable to the eternal fires of damnation, and all before him trembles in fear at the unwielding power of Flame of Despair.
Wow. Okay.
He's that powerful. He's like the thing, really, as I mentioned again. Yeah. As for how his rivalry with Blaster Blade, aka Armis, came about, it's unknown because the comic doesn't say a lot about it actually.
Not so much. Yeah.
Not so much. Yeah. Even the main story doesn't really say so much. Not even the money bushies.
Yeah.
So, due to that, he channeled his life force. He used it for Forbidden Black Arts to transform himself into Dragonic Overlord DN to do battle with Royal Paladin and Phantom Blaster Dragon.
Okay.
Yep. So this is basically is what happened at the end of season 1.
Right.
The closing to the closure of season 1 where Kai got the end. It was the anti-Psycholia weapon. Which didn't end so well.
Yeah, it didn't end well because of the
Suiko.
Yeah, Suiko.
Suiko's interference lah.
Yep. And not only that, also in the lore, it was a forbidden black art, right? So
yes,
he went to
correct.
a state of comatose and he was due to the season 2 starting as well.
Correct. Due to the recoil of the black arts.
Yeah.
So he went into the state of comatose, and then at the same time during the void was afraid of his power despite that he was like concussed.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like he one day if he wakes up, I'm so screwed.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's why he is also set up together with Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark at the same time.
Yep.
Despite that not fit for combat.
Yeah.
not fit for combat. So yeah. So okay, he was locked up. And that's why there was only Blaster Blade Spirit and Blaster Dark Spirit.
Yep.
There was no Dragonic Overlord Spirit.
Can you imagine if it actually come out? Oh my gosh.
I was actually praying for that at the time, you know. Why no Dragonic Overlord Spirit, really?
Meta reasons.
Yeah, meta reasons. I'm kinda glad it didn't because that would make it form already.
Yes.
And I don't know how it's gonna work also. But anyways, so yeah, with that, because of that, at the end of the saga, which is the end of the Asia Circuit arc, the Dragon Empire was afraid of the similar incident that will occur again. So they moved his body into a fortified mode. Right underneath the Dragon Empire.
Right.
But however, as time passes, more and more people assume that he's already dead at this point because he showed no signs of recovery. And added to that, the fear of the reverse power has also gotten everyone into chaos. Consider what happened to Dauntless Drive and what happened to Voing Saber, Voing Sword. Okay, so the Empire's superior officers actually had plans to remove Overlord's body. Basically, set it on fire or something. Yeah, already. Basically, they want to demolish the body, like, just in case this happens.
Right.
So, however, despite that, the entire tomb, the coffin itself, is so well reinforced to prevent all this nonsense from happening. But guess what happened?
You got rebirthed.
Rebirth happened.
Yes, rebirth.
But that's for another time, lah. So
yeah. Then if we have another time.
That is another time if you guys want to hear more.
Yeah, definitely.
But of course, that's the end of the Dragonic Overlord and the end storyline. Then if you want to hear more from the Break Right Rebirth onwards, you do let us know. Just write in the comments or send us a friend mail.
Yep. So like what Leon said, and at the same time, if you want us to talk about other cards, do let us know as well what card you'd like us to talk about next. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Crossbone information! This is where we'll bring you news about upcoming releases, local events, and insights about Crossbone Vanguards. G Booster 10, Raging Clash of the Blade Fangs will be released in the Japanese format on February 3rd, Friday. This set includes further support for Royal Paladin, Shadow Paladin, Go Paladin, Tachikaze, Murakumo, Nova Grappler, New Nectar, and of course, Kree Elemental.
All the cheating skill stuff.
Yes, all the cheating skills. And in the English format, G Troll Deck 11, Divine Knight of Heavenly Decree, and G Troll Deck 12, Flower Princess of Abundant Blooming will also be released on February 3rd, Friday. So be sure to get these sets and troll decks and enhance your Vanguard experience. The anime Cardfight Vanguard G next airs at Cardfight Vanguard's official YouTube channel every Sunday at 10 AM. At the same time, tune in to Crossbone Vanguard's YouTube channel for a new Cardfight every Thursday at 6 PM. That is all for Crossbone information. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This marks the end of today's...
Are you not? Okay, so this marks the end of today's episode for Crossbone Radiowave.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just let us know if you want to send us fan mails and stuff like that. We'll be waiting, of course. So if you want, if you have one, so just send it to us. Don't be afraid. At crossbone.vanguard@gmail.com. That's crossbone.vanguards@gmail.com. Yep.
I felt I was in a spelling test somehow.
That's how you always do it, don't you?
yes, but still.
I mean, it's there, you know?
Yeah, it's there.
It's like there.
At the same time, if you have any questions you'd like to ask us, feel free to send them in to us as well. Of course, you can also send us to them at our socials. We're on Twitter at CrossboneVGS, Facebook at Crossbone Vanguards, and not to mention, follow us on our blog at crossbonevanguards.com. This is where we post deck profiles, event coverages, and other things that we cannot post on our YouTube channel. So, Leon, how did you feel being a guest in this Crossbone Radio Wave?
I must say it's really, really fun.
Really fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
I can't think of anything else. I mean by it's a great thing to do. I mean by there's some of you that really couldn't stay in front of the screen to watch our videos. At least we'll bring you some other information about alternative means. So I must say this is actually a good idea. And so I hope to keep it up and hope you guys support this. Tolong. Suddenly Singaporean.
Well, technically we are in Singapore, so
we are Singaporeans. So, you know.
But before we move on, we also need to announce the answer for what's that card?
Yes.
So the answer, do you guys know what it is? If you thought it was Cheer Girl Adelaide, guess what? You're wrong. Yeah, this is actually a troll random card. So the card we were actually discussing describing is Cheer Girl Tiara.
Yes.
Ben will love this so much.
Ben has no other choice.
Yeah, he had no other
to love
choice.
this.
No, he had no choice but to love Adelaide. He had a choice to love Tiara.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so whether you like it or not, Adelaide will always be there for you. So anyway, Cheer Girl Tiara is a grade 0. She's a heal trigger, 10k shield, 5000 base power, no skills whatsoever. And she's actually holding 2 yellow pom-poms. She has 2 red ponytails, and she has 2 more other things that she's carrying. But let's not go there. Yep. So if you got it correct, then good for you. If you got it wrong, it's okay. We have more coming in future weeks. So just tune in to us every Wednesday at 9 PM and you have just as much fun as we do recording this. And speaking of new episode, next week we're gonna have another guest, which is ZaCaptain. So if you want to hear even more laws from him, even more talking from him and from me as well, tune in next week at 9 PM and you'll hear us pretty soon. So that is all. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again in the next episode.
I'm so used to the whole video thing.
This is why I give a cue. Say no. Tang endo Good night. Why only me?
Bye bye.
Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This program has been brought to you by Crossbone Vanguards.